Hello, boys and girls, and welcome to our Grade 5 Social Studies lesson series. This is Term 1, Unit 2. My name is Anne Harvey, and I will be your guide once more throughout this journey called learning. So, to get ready for today's class, you need your pen and your paper, your social studies resource book, your dictionary, and of course, your undivided attention. Last time, we looked at a special group of people who we owe a debt of gratitude for their contribution towards the road to freedom. We also looked at the warrior queen, Queen Nanny, and her dedication in the fight for freedom. We have looked at a particular house slave, member of the Baptist Church, a deacon from the parish of St. James, affectionately called Daddy, the Right Excellent Sam Sharpe. Now, these two individuals is what we call the pre-emancipation heroes. Why? Because they championed for the fight for freedom, and they will be forever honored for the work that they have done. Well, in today's lesson, we will be comparing and contrasting their personality, their lives, and their work. Queen Nanny and Daddy Sharpe. Let's look at our learning outcomes. We will use these lessons learned from the lives and activities of our national heroes to inform our personal decisions. We're going to appreciate the contributions of our national heroes to nation building. Let's begin. As we know that Nanny of the Maroon was a warrior queen, and according to the national hero song, she was a symbol of unity and strength, whilst on the other hand, Sam Sharpe was dubbed a non-violent leader. Now, Nanny of the Maroon was a motivator, a planner, an organizer, and a military strategist. She taught her people to fight and to maintain their freedom. She planned and organized raids on the plantation, and while raiding for food, weapons, and other supplies, her followers helped enslaved Africans to escape. To make matters worse, the Maroons were often burned down the cane fields. The British soldiers were called to settle these meddling Maroons, and according to the planters, these troublesome Maroons. The British soldiers were often met with resistance from these Maroons, meaning physical fighting always ensued. And as you know, the Maroons were clever at ambushing the soldiers as they walked through the terrains of the hills and mountains. So, let's take a look now at Sam Sharpe, a Baptist deacon who uses meeting not only for church business, but to have a discussion and make plans about making slavery a thing of the past. Sam Sharpe was literate, meaning he could read and write. And we should all encourage ourselves to be great readers. So reading was one source of getting his information about the soon ending of slavery. So he sought to plan and organize a sit-in, yes man, a peaceful protest, thinking that the planters would want to discuss the matter and talk to the slaves. And we know how that ended. So where the British planters insisted, the enslaved African resisted. So we're going to take a look at the problems that were faced by Nanny and Sammy, its effect and cause, and of course, their solutions to the problems faced. So they both had the same problem. What was that? Yes, slavery. Very good, boys and girls. And what were the effects of this problem? Ill treatment, inhumane conditions, yes. What did this cause? People to become enraged, upset, angry, and tired of the system called slavery. Solution or solutions to this problem? What was it? To resist, to rebel or to protest. All right, here's a little poem I want to share with you. Sharpe and Nanny had the same problem. Want to find a way to free the people them. Nanny want to fight, but Sammy just a pray. Cause you don't know, say we're free, so free. Nanny read the place and burn the cane field. And all of them around them know how she feel. Because they not listen to the what? The black man appeal. So she made them know, say she's a real big deal. Sharpe and Nanny had the same problem. They want to find a way to what? Free the people them. Nanny want to fight, but Sammy just a pray. Because him don't know, say, we soon be free. Sharpe have his meeting to make some plan. No work on the plantation. Trying to make the planters them try to understand, to free up the slave and leave the island. Sharpe and Nanny had the same problem. Want to find a way to free the people them. Nanny want to fight, but Sammy does have pray. Cause him don't know, say, we soon be free. Aye. I hope you enjoy that one. Alright, now on the both sides of the aisles, Nanny in the 1700s and Sharpe in the 1800s, these two individuals are seen as notable figures in the fight for freedom. Let's compare and contrast them both. What they had in common and what was so different about. So they were both leaders, spiritual leaders, one for the ancestral God and the other the God of the Bible. And they both hated slavery and they planned and organized. How did they solve their problem and how did it differ? Now, Nanny was a military strategist and so she solved her problem by fighting. And Sharpe was, the good old church man. And of course, he wanted a peaceful protest. Nanny solved her problems by a military strategist fighting fights, while Sharpe tried negotiation, peaceful protest, passive resistance, stop working, so that the planters will want to have a discussion. And we know what happened after that. So let's see how the lives of these individuals affect our lives today. Let's look at some scenarios and see what your response will be like. If you were living in a time of slavery, would you want to be free? Brianna says, if I had lived in a time of slavery, I would have done what Nanny of the Maroons have done. I would fight to the very end. Thank you, Brianna. Rohan says, if I had lived in a time of slavery, I would want to have a peaceful protest, passive resistance. I don't think I would want to risk my life knowing that the freedom is near. I would peacefully protest and then have a discussion with the owners and then come to a solution. Peaceful protest for me. Thank you, Rohan. Such great answer. What do you think, boys and girls? Do you agree with Rohan and with Brianna? Next question. In present-day Jamaica, if there was an issue for you, how would you solve it? Rohan says, I would like to follow Sharpe's rule. I would like to demand a discussion with the individual or group about the situation. Brianna says, I want to fight physically because I know that the outcome would be terrible and it might involve the police and I wouldn't want to go there. I would try to discuss the matter with the person and if they're not happy with the discussion, I will just walk away. What do you think, boys and girls? And how would you try to resolve your problems today? Is it any better today in present-day Jamaica? Do we have to fight and burn down places for people to understand our demands? Or can we have a peaceful protest, do no work until our bosses hear our problems, and or by discussion so that they can hear us? What do you think? We are so grateful to the contributions of Nanny of the Maroon and Sharpe in helping us to be free and independent today. If they had a chance to see what we have become, being free and independent, I will be smiling and I know you would be too. Well, boys and girls, that's it for today's lesson. Hope you enjoy it and learn something from it. Join me next time when we take a look at Paul Bogle and George William Gordon. And as usual, keep safe, wash your hands, walk good till next time.